There is a feature on Instagram which I think is underused by people generally and also in terms of marketing. And since the switch up in the algorithm on Instagram, I think it's even more important. So that's what I'm just going to chat with you about today. Now, the save feature is the little tab on the right hand side underneath photographs, which you can just save and go back to. Now, what started when the feature came out, people would just generally save an image and then it was saved, but they didn't go back to it. But you're able to create albums. Now, the new weighting in how Instagram figures out how valuable your content is, it looks at things like likes, comments, and everything is engagement. However, they put the save feature at the very top. So it has more weighting than any other type of engagement. And the reason is, if you save something to go back to it, you know it's valuable because you want to go back and see it. It's not just a like that you can put on an image and you're never going to go back to. So in terms of weighting, it's really important. It has lots of value. So I'm just going to talk through, firstly, how, as a user, you can go about saving content and just creating the albums yourself. So what this means for you is in your personal life, you can save things that you like I have saved recipes, that kind of thing. But you can also save interesting bits of information that help you in your own business. So for me, I like to save statistics that other marketers use. So that helps me in my own business because understanding the metrics and how people use social media, particularly Instagram and Facebook, for me is really important. So that's the two ways you can use the save feature in your own business and life. But in terms of how it's changed content, is that people now need to make content savable, which means anything with lists or, bullet points of ideas, quotes, motivational stuff, all of this is going to be saved. Now, a perfect image with a quirky caption, which might be engaging and get a like, is unlikely to get a save compared to something that's like content that people can use and go back to. So in terms of how you use Instagram, you can have that shift in terms of your content to make it more savable, because that means Instagram's going to realise that your content is great and people want to revisit that. So that's how that helps you in that way. And also, as I said before, you can just use it to curate your own catalogues. Now, in terms of business, what this is helpful for is, for example, part of the method I use for engagement means that you target certain accounts. And I am going to cover all of this at a later date, but you target accounts. Now, instead of having to keep lists somewhere to do that, an easy way to do it so it's more bite-sized and manageable is you would have a folder saved under the Save tab, and it would just be for the accounts you target. You don't, let's say you only pick 3, you only need to save 3 bits of content from those people, and it's saved in there. So the next time you want to go and engage with those particular people, you go to that folder, you find that one image that's theirs, and then you can just go through and easily find those accounts. So in that way, it's really, really helpful. What I'm going to do next is show you how to actually use Instagram and save the content and how you do it on there. So here we are on my Instagram page. Now, what I'm going to do is go to my homepage and let's just go to Natasha's feed. She came up first, the Urban Vintage Affair. So over on the right hand side, you can see the little tab. If you click that, it saves it, and also above it says Save to Collection. So let's do that. If you click Save to Collection, it brings up this bar here. Now, one box is all of them. So when it saves, it automatically saves it to a folder which has everything in. But on the bottom, when you click it, these are your collections. So for me, I have a collection for things that I'd like to share in stories. I have a useful folder, Instagram, ads, Facebook, recipes. And if I wanted to save this to an existing one, I can click one of these folders, or I use the plus button if I want to create a new folder. So that's how I would add it to that. So let's just put it in useful for now. And that's it. Now when we go back to our home page, your little burger bar at the top, I never know what to call it, those three little lines. I'll stick with the burger bar for now. So on your list, you have a saved option with the little tab. So when you click that, that brings up all your folders. So top left is all posts. Anything in any of the folders goes here. If you don't assign it to a folder, you will find it in there. And then let's say for stories, I can click this button and that's the things I'm collecting for sharing my stories. So then you can click these, it will take you to the person's feed and then you can share it as you would normally. So this one I shared today, it's brought it up on the feed and I can share it with the normal little aeroplane button. Now, if we go back, let's say this was a folder you've created for targeting the account. So let's say this is an ideal client folder and these are 4 different ideal clients that I've got. When I click the person and it brings that up, all I need to do to get to their account is click their name at the top. And then I have all of their content and I can engage with them as much as I want to. And when I've done that, I click back and then I can get to the other people. So we click this and that's somebody else and we can repeat and we can engage with that one. And what this is going to let you do is it's going to keep your networking easily in one place without having to sit at a computer. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have time to put it all in an Excel spreadsheet and sit at your computer and do it, that's brilliant. And that's going to bring you great results. I'm not saying that it won't do that. All I'm saying is practically, for a lot of business owners, time is so difficult in terms of now adding so much engagement on. 2 years ago, it was all about the content you were putting out. And now it's all about the engagement. And a few years before that, it was all about how many numbers and what following you had. And the bigger number you had, the more valuable Instagram saw you as. And that's now completely flipped on its head. And we don't always have the time when we're doing everything else. And we're not just running our businesses. We're running our own households, and some of us have families, some of us have fur babies, and it all adds pressure. So this is just a simple way that you can target people easily by just saving one of their posts. So as you can see, using the save feature is essential from a marketing perspective because it informs what posts you're going to create, but also it's going to help you engage with others. So it covers a lot of different types of marketing that you need to do, whether that's the content you create or the engagement. And if you just want to save things for yourself, whether it's just interesting things and you just want to keep a hold of, you can also put them in there. So it's just a really nice feature to use. And that's how you can use it for your marketing. And it's something you can do today.